this build is quite different to the previous fire pits. Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Me and the boys here are at the allotment to test out the Mark III fire pit. As you can tell, it's a bit bigger than the previous fire pits, and that's because this is for a group camp that I've got coming up in the Peak District with an Idiot Outdoors and the Hard Up Hiker, as well as my mate Noah, who you've seen on the channel before. I haven't worried about filming the making of this because you guys have seen me make these things enough now. If you haven't seen the process of me cutting out and stamping holes into titanium sheets, then feel free to check out the Mark I fire pit build, which you can find in the corner up here. But yeah, we're going to get straight into the test today to see how well this does. Hopefully you'll be interested to see how this thing goes together and how well it burns the wood that we have prepared. And yeah, without further ado, let's get on. So this build is quite different to the previous fire pits in that I've used a dual wall system in order to hold up the platforms. So rather than needing pegs for this one, it's all just going to be nice and neat sort of walls holding everything up and in place. When I put it together with all four walls, it's big enough to accommodate the larger grate and grill, but with just the two small walls, it actually fits the smaller grates and grills, so I can make use of this format for both solo, two-person and obviously group camping. So this is the outside wall, and it's pretty simple. It's just made up of the four pieces of titanium with the standard folds at either end that just slide into each other. And as you can hopefully make out on the inside there, I've got some stove rope, or two layers of stove rope I should say, stuck around just to hold the next wall into place. And that wall again is made up of four pieces. We have the short parts, we have the long parts. I'll come in a bit closer for this next part so that you can see that these connections are slightly different to the previous ones. Hopefully you can make that out on camera, but it's not just a simple fold on this one. One side is the simple fold, this side has a kind of fold back and then again forward and then wrapped around, which when I slot them together creates, not only they can't pull apart, but you can't push them together either. They're locked in place with just a tiny bit of movement, but they actually don't want to go either way. And that's for a very good reason, that this one will actually be pressed up against the outside wall and isn't going to be able to be pulled apart, but could easily lose its position by getting pushed together. So I've used this format of join in order to make sure that that doesn't happen. So it's just a case of slotting these together again. I'll try to do it in a way where you can see. Just make sure that these parts are all, it's as easy as that. And again, oh no, that's the wrong way around. Silly me. Just like that, there we go. And then that puts all the parts in the right way. And then I'll just actually, it's best to have it around this way. And the reason for that will be pretty obvious as I put this in here. So hopefully you guys can make this out. I'll put that in the right way, align the holes so that they're together, and then just put it outwards, and it's not correct. Why is that not correct? I've got three there. First mistake, guys. So this one I've done the right way and gone 3 holes, 2 holes, 3 holes, 2 holes. So long, short, long, short. This one I've not done right at all. I've got 2 long ones together and 2 short ones together. So I'll just very quickly take 2 of them out. Put them in the right order. Do you want to grab that one for me, Ethan? Let's get it out of the way. That's it. Good lad. Right. There we go. Henry, do you want to have a little go at slotting that side in, and then Ethan can do the last one? That's it.
You're making it easy.
Well, a little bit of practice. But look, Henry's got it. Then just keep it together, you slide it down. That's it. Excellent. And look, we just want to give that little pull just to make sure that you have a go then, Ethan. That's it. You've not quite watched the technique, have you? So look, watch. Look. You want to get that one into that hole, but that hole's quite little. But if you aim it right, it's got to be nice and steady with it.
Yeah.
There you go.
Get the corner in there,
I'll give you a shot with the other one at some point.
Yeah.
Right. So now this should hopefully work a little better. So again, just line that up and then put that all in. And there we have it, all the holes lined up. I'll give you guys a bit of a look. As you can see, the holes line up quite nicely with each other and to allow some airflow through. So the holes allow hopefully plenty of airflow through. I've learnt from the Mark 1 that I didn't need quite that many holes. So this has as many holes as the Mark 1, but for something much bigger, which I'm hoping will be the right amount. There's also a possibility with this design that I could pin the inner wall here to the ground with some tent pegs, and then that would allow me to spin the outside wall, which will close off or open up the vents depending on what I need as they sort of align together or misalign. But that's something to test in the field if it becomes necessary. So the next part is just to put one of these in, and it's as easy as that. So then we've just got another wall. Again, this has those connectors where it folds back on itself, and again that's important because this thing doesn't want to end up coming apart because of some kind of inward pressure. Easy as that. These ones, it doesn't really matter whether I go long and short at the moment because they don't have any airflow conditions or anything like that. Want to try putting these together, Ethan?
Yeah.
So it'll go in like that. There you go. Oh no, wait, I've given you the wrong one. Sorry. Like that. There you go. There we go. Well done. And then just carefully slide it in. That's it. Nice. That's good. Good amount of care taken there. When you're doing something new for the first time, always good to take your time and take it steady.
Yeah.
So we'll pop this one in, he says, and then tries to do it without being able to see what I'm doing. All right, let's try that. Now again, you'll see how there's one side that's fairly flat and one side has quite a ridge to it. Yeah. Now I know that the best way for this is to have the ridges on the inside. So when I close this up, because I could close it this way, but then the ridges will be on the outside. So I just got to pay attention that I do it the right way around. Why do you think I do that?
Well, because if you had an outside, it would be pushing the outside.
Well, it'll make it bumpy and make it not fit so well when I put it into here, because this is designed to sit inside of the outer ring of that grill. And then we can do a similar thing here, but this time instead of having it this way up, which on the bottom one, that means all the wood is kind of trying to be directed inside, but also gives us that ridge for this wool. That's the reason why we don't need any of the glass fibre stove rope on the top part. I don't think that will deal with the heat that well, or at least the adhesive wouldn't. So we just pop that in like that, and we just try to pop in the wool so they're inside of that ridge, and there we have it. That is the fire pit in its completion. I can even pick it up. That is a good question, Ethan. What is that for? Well, let's put this together. This is a bit more of a tricky build to put together, but once you've done it once or twice, I imagine it'll get a bit easier. So yeah, so this one's going to go in like this. Okay. And that gets this one in. Oh, that rain's starting to really come down, isn't it, boys? Oh, it's not letting up today at all. So there,
you can put them together.
that's right. So, oh, yeah, that's fine. That's fine. So I'm just gonna. So just line that one up with there. Okay. That's right. This is far more tricky though, I'm going to say. This is a bit of a nuisance to put together, but I don't think it's impossible because I've done it once before, but it's being a pain. Okay, so if I have that one in and then feed this one in.
Yeah, and it works.
Yep, there we go.
That's it.
I wish that was a bit easier, but yeah, I probably could have designed that a little bit better. This was a little rushed little thing at the end of the day. So yeah. So there we have it, guys. That's the Mark III fire pit with its grill on and a little base plate to protect the ground. And what I want to do before we start getting too mad with this, I'm going to get a fire going in the actual pit, but I want to make a handle to lift this in and out because that will obviously be very useful. For now, I'll just get a screwdriver and pop this out. Any old thing that poke in there really, and I can just lift that out pretty easy. And yeah, that's a good platform for making a fire, I reckon. There we go. That should do it. That should do it. That's our little fire pit for the day. All right. So now we need to start the fire. All right. Step to the side so the camera can see it, yeah? That's it. Good lad. So here we go, guys. We've got it on the floor. We'll just try and get some fire lighter going and build ourselves a lighter did not want to work. A couple of pieces of that. I've gone pretty liberal with the fire lighter because You pop that in the shed for me, please, Henry. I've gone pretty liberal with the firelighter just because it's a pretty damp day and I don't want to be messing around for ages. So we've got some nice little pieces of wood ready to go. Good lads. All right. That's not too shabby.
It's protected by the wood, so the rain can't hit it.
That is the idea when you get started like that. That wood should burn pretty good. Should burn well. It's been seasoned for quite a while. I wish we had a bit more, but quite a lot of our wood store got absolutely drenched, so we've got what we've got. We'll soon find out if this is going to be good enough to use. Seems to be catching okay.
I'm going to go inside because my hand's getting cold, okay?
That's fair enough. Let's go inside and wait for that to build up, I guess. We'll leave you guys here to watch. So we split some wood, but yeah, that is that is far too long for this and a bit fat. So let's see if we can't cut this down and then split it some more. All right, while that's going, yeah, I'm just going to get an old Barco. Let's see about cutting this down. Well, one of you grab the hatchet as well, please. There we go. Woo! Got there. I'm fully aware there's better axemen out there than me, but the job got done. Let's put some of these pieces in here. All right. Where's them other bits I split? Oof. Yeah, a little bit. Probably need a few more pieces. Give me another bit, Ethan. I'll cut that up. Thank you. Not bad for an old blunt saw. Alright. So the top inner wall, the inner wall at the top isn't actually needed for using it just as a fire pit. But it is needed to hold the top grill up, and as we want to cook some salmon today, it's obviously got to be in there. But for now, that'll hopefully just get itself burnt down. We're going to leave that to go for a little bit while I see if I can't make up a new handle, and we'll see how that goes. Catch you in a moment, guys. Oh, that is putting out the heat. That is lovely. Yeah, that's a very successful burn. Look at that beef.
Look at that.
Yeah. Mind you don't cook yourself, I'll have some extra lunch. And don't go shooting any chickens
See,
today.
that's at the bottom where the kind of
What's that?
the thing that the
Oh,
fire's
don't get right over the fire, my fella.
You know what's in the fire's wrist
The metal?
Yeah, the metal.
Do you mean the mesh part?
Yeah, that part.
Oh, yeah, yes.
Turn that other colour.
We call that, yeah, that's right. That turns like almost like a rainbow colour if you look on that side there.
Yeah.
I think that's called, and then it gets annealed, I think is what that is. It just changes its makeup somehow when you get it to a hot temperature. But that's all well and good. That happens all the time with the stainless steel stuff. It never seems to affect its ability to do its job.
To make sure I don't melt my glasses.
Yeah. It's going well, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
Now, I know the allotment isn't really anything to do with camping per se, but it is something that's quite dear to my heart. I love getting out here and producing our own vegetables, and we do things like popcorn as well. So to you in America, that's just corn, but we we call it popcorn. Most of the people in the allotment actually grow sweet corn, but we found that was quite difficult to grow without the muntjac deer eating it all. So we gave it a shot with the popcorn instead, and that's been brilliant. We actually use a lot more of that because harvesting it is a bit easier, and so there's loads of stuff that we do grow on here. And so that's going to be the contest this week. Let me know if you've ever grown your own food, or if you like to do a little bit of gardening, or if you just have houseplants. Let me know what is your favourite thing that you've grown, or whether you'd love to do that sort of thing, and if you did, what would you grow? And we're going to now head into the shed and get our lunch prepped up, ready to go before this is to the right temperature to cook our salmon. While I do that, I'm going to leave you out here to enjoy the fire for a little bit, but make sure you pause the video and take the time to comment below for the contest, but also hit the like button and maybe share the video with someone. I'll see you in a little bit. Come on, beef, let's get this lunch prepped up. My legs got really warm from that. Where's Henry? Right, well, we've let things die down a bit more than we should have done, really, but there's still plenty of cooking temperature on there, so we should have long enough to get the salmon done. And I've made myself a little gadget for holding the top part, and that seems to have gone on quite nicely. And yeah, there is plenty of heat for that. So what we're going to do, if I can have that, please. We're going to pop that on there for now to warm up the bulgur rice and get that. Oh yeah, that's getting warm already. We've had that on the stove inside, but there's more heat here. So while that just heats up a bit more, so while that heats up the metal a little bit, we'll just let that crack on. Yeah, that's pretty good. I'm quite happy with that. I think I'll put it there for now. Try not to get the handle too hot. That's worked out lovely. Just a little bit of metal coat hanger that I had laying around. I've just turned it into a little handle for this thing. It's not super heavy duty, but it's lightweight enough to be carrying with me with the kit. So, and it's small enough to just give me the handle I need, but have no excess. That's exactly what we want. Okay. I figure that's quite important because once we've finished cooking on our Peak District camp or any future camps, I need to be able to get the grill off. So grabbing that thing definitely needs a specific utensil to make it work well. All right, just throw the salmon on skin first, I think. Oh, I can smell that cooking already. Well, one of you run that to the big bin over there. There you go. Thank you very much. Yeah, just take it to the put it in the one by the park, yeah? Oh yeah, I've got no doubts this is going to work perfect for the group camp. This is brilliant. The pot is steaming. I'm pretty sure that's on a boil now. Yeah, that's good. I'm just going to let it boil for a little bit longer and then set it to the side. That's the best way to do your boulder. Just set it to the side and let it do its thing. But the salmon, yeah, I can smell that. That's cooking nicely.
What will the boulder rice taste like?
Oh, to be fair, look, the fork would make quite a good utensil for lifting that up. Yeah, that might be a better utensil. I might have wasted my time making a utensil. That's actually really... Okay, I've wasted my time there, guys. I could have just used a fork. That is... Yeah, fine. I could probably lift that thing up, except with the pot on, it's too much. But definitely without the pot on, I could just be lifting that thing off. So, yeah, actually, potentially just have myself a fork for this. How daft of me.
I was thinking you could just use something like that. I was like, why aren't you using a screwdriver? You didn't
Yeah.
something like that.
Oh, look at that salmon go. That's a perfect cooking temperature, actually. Oh, can't complain at that at all. That is going perfectly.
So we did catch it at the right time. Then.
Yeah, look at that.
Look at that.
I'll try and bring you a bit closer. You were under the cover today because it's just being a right pain because it's raining. But if I tilt you down and put you a bit closer.
Look at that.
Look at that. Yeah.
That works perfectly.
Oh, that's lovely, isn't it?
Yeah. You could still use a coat hanger.
That's worked beautifully. We're going to take that off the heat now. Did I get you? Sorry, my fella. Right, I'm just going to leave that now. It's just got to sit for 10 minutes. And it'll be good. Put that in there. Leave it on there to stay warm. Okay. What do we think? Does that salmon need turning yet? No, I don't think it does. Yeah, that heat is lasting. That's really nice. I think I've got the airflow bang on. That is lasting to perfection. So there's not a lot of coals in the bottom there. I could definitely have more. My plan for the Peak District camp is to actually take some charcoal with me, so I can start a charcoal fire and use it like a barbecue at first. But then obviously once we're done cooking, I can take the grill off, stack it with a load of logs, and we can have a nice wood fire throughout the evening.
Is it turned yet?
Might be.
Turn it over.
No, they're still stuck a little bit. That's one way you tell, boys. When it unsticks itself, that's when you know when it's done.
Okay.
Right. Yeah, that's
Turn it over.
definitely time to turn it over. Oh, look at that.
Oh, look at that.
He eats it. Look at that.
You as well.
Yeah. Well, I'm where you get it from, I suppose.
Yeah, you made that video about it, didn't you?
I did, yeah.
What's the other character?
Oh my lord.
Yeah.
That's the other one as well. No, that's come away. It's nice. Just need a little bit of assistance, but then get it in the right place and flip. Boom. Look at that.
That's nice.
You got a nice little pattern on the back of them as well.
How's the long piece?
I reckon, yeah, I can lift that pretty easy. Quite a good utensil overall, to be fair. So yeah, I'll just take that with it. Bit of a wasted effort making a specific tool. That will be perfect.
It was a good idea.
It was, but that's stronger and the weight difference is negligible, to be honest. Such a nice tool because I can put that like that. The handle stays cool, but then that gets disinfected. Basically, there's no, like, all the meat juice from that gets cooked, and it doesn't have any problems.
It's not really a tool, it's a fork.
Indeed, It's a tool for eating, or a utensil, I suppose. Yeah,
So
you're right.
Put pork in the plate and then you use the same utensil.
You could definitely use that to then eat, yeah, because I've made sure that there's no uncooked juice on it or anything, so you're not going to suddenly get poorly. Yeah, it's
You got plates already? Oh,
that's a good point. I'll get the plate ready. Let's get this salmon off, I'd say. Let's see.
That's the 2 eyes and then the
Yeah, that's
mouth.
perfectly cooked. So let's just let's get these bits off. Look at that.
It's not as cooked as the other side though.
Well, yeah, I put most of the heat through because I'll get rid of the skin, but I don't want this to be burnt to death. But yeah, it's cooked through nicely. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, that is definitely cooked through. There's no problems with that at all. Should be just enough heat to get this done nicely. Oh yeah, that's heating up already quite nicely for it. Only we need to warm them up.
Pancake flip.
And then we'll just put them on top of the salmon for now. Oh yeah.
Pancake flip.
Oh, what's that noise? Could be, yeah. Oh yeah, that's nicely warmed through. This is going to be great for the naan bread. Oh, yeah, hoping to do a curry at the Peak District. Now I was going to grill the chicken and do a proper tikka masala, and I said I'd bring some naan bread with me, fresh sort of dough, so that I can cook some fresh naan breads, and this will be perfect for cooking naan breads on. Oh yeah, that's well, it'll cook very quickly, so it'll go through a little bit. Do you know, like when I grill it at home?
Oh yeah.
So it's not proper naan bread. It's not like done in a tandoor and have all the right recipes for that. It's a very loose use of the term naan bread, to be fair to. At the moment, I don't know how much this weighs, but I'll weigh it when I get home. And somewhere on the screen about now, you'll see how much this thing actually weighs as a whole system. So that's it from us, guys. We're going to head in and have our lunch. The boys have already made it to the shed before me. I'll see you next week for the collab up in the Peak District. But for now, you guys take care. Have fun.